Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of my off-season vlog. It's April, everybody, and you know what that means, right? Move-ins and spring training are super close. Because of this reason, I think it's about time I offered up some advice, especially if it's your first time touring. In this video, we're going to be talking about bus life. And by we, I don't just mean me this time. Please welcome our special guest for this episode, the one and only, you know him as the seat partner from Rocky Point 2014. Please welcome Andrew Timosca.
Hi everyone. Yeah, as Rocky mentioned, I'm Andrew, also known as the seat partner, who did not reprise his role for this season, unfortunately. I marched for 3 years at the cadets. 2011, 12, 13, or 11, 12, 14. I skipped 13. And I aged out last year. I'm a graphic designer. I just graduated from the University of New Haven last May. And I'm doing a vlog every day in April. And I think that's it so far.
So like Andrew just said, he is doing a vlog every day of April, and you can check that out on his channel. I'm leaving a link right here as an annotation, and there'll also be a link in the description. It's Phantom77. Spelled a little weird, so you might want to, click the link. It would help you out. So let's dive into our first topic, shall we?
Our first topic is going to be choosing a seat partner.
Don't think this is just some willy-nilly decision that you have to make. This could possibly be the most important decision you make when doing a drum corps tour. This person could make or break you. In my opinion, you need to pick someone who matches your personality.
Sometimes it's someone that you least expect. You should ask around the corps to see who might be a good fit for you, or even who to avoid.
Your seat partner will likely become a lifelong friend because they've seen you at your best, and they've also seen you at your worst. And now on to our second topic, which is choosing a bus.
If your corps lets you choose, then you should do your research. The brass bus, at least at the cadets, is very rowdy. The guard bus is filled with hairspray, so if you really like that smell, that's the bus for you. The percussion bus, unsurprisingly, is very chill and very neutral. And that's where I stayed all 3 summers that I went on tour, and I loved it. Plus, if you ride the guard or percussion bus, you don't have to wait outside to change out of your uniform. At the cadets, usually, at least on the brass bus, one seat partner goes in at a time to change out of his or her uniform, while the other waits outside in silence for the other to finish. So at least on the guard or percussion bus, you don't have to wait, if you're a brass player at least. Guard and percussion players do something a little bit different, so I can't speak for them.
And last but not least, a pretty big topic we're going to be covering is bus life in general. Your life can really be a nightmare if you don't bring the right things onto the bus, or you do bring the wrong things onto the bus. Does that make sense?
Do bring a bus box. Do get many bungee cords of various lengths. Do make sure you hold on to your empty bottles. You never know when you might have to pee. Sorry, girls. Do carry a small bag for things you need to carry on the bus, such as razors, Q-tips, toothpicks, coins, or candy.
One common courtesy to remember is that if anyone is getting on or off the bus, especially if you're sitting in the front, just step out of their way until, the traffic flow is clear. It's common courtesy, and people won't hate you.
Do bring a pillow, and do bring lots of suction cup items such as hooks and shower baskets that can hold your bags of candy.
On that note, let's talk about the things you need to avoid. For example, never bring way too much stuff onto the bus. It's already crowded as it is, and trust me, I did that my first year. Overpacking is a big problem, especially on top of the bus. My first seat partner lovingly hated that about me. Shout out to you, Michael. Avoid putting candy in your bus box or anywhere on the bus that could melt. So, chocolate is a really, really bad idea. I personally recommend peanut butter M&Ms. They don't melt, and they taste amazing. Plus the protein. Protein's good. Avoid bringing a huge blanket onto the bus that people could trip over and step on, and it's just not very efficient. I recommend dressing in layers, and that way you stay warm and you can fold the clothes up and take them off if you don't need them. Avoid overpacking that carry-on bag that you're having, the small tiny one with your necessities for the bus. Avoid overpacking that, because no one wants to wait while you shove it into the overhead, thus the whole blocking the aisle thing. You also are going to want to avoid not emptying your pee bottles. Guys, no one wants to be taking the trash off the bus to have a spill happen. You also want to avoid making the bus driver hate you. Because they can also make or break you, especially if you sit in the front of the bus. They make the rules. And last but not least, most of you probably won't have to worry about this, but if you sit in the front of the bus, there may or may not be a fire extinguisher sitting beneath your seat. Whatever you do, do not kick it, because sometimes it explodes all over your stuff, and it's not good. That happened to us. It's hilarious, except for the person whose stuff it ruins. You can just ask Manny, aka Bass, about that one.
So these are all the tips that helped us survive 3 and 2 years so far at the cadets. This stuff might not apply to you if you're at another drum corps, or it might not apply to you if you're a girl for some instances. We hope this advice helps you if you're a first-year member or even a 5-year vet. You probably have already figured it out by now if you're that.
Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your continued support of anything on this channel, Rocky Point related, cadets related, whatever goes up. We really appreciate it. And I also would like to especially thank Andrew Timosca for coming out and making this awesome collab video with me. Again, link to his stuff in the description. We also have one last big announcement before we finish up this episode. On Saturday, April the 11th at 7:30 p.m., we will be hosting the first ever Rocky Point live streaming event. So make sure you come to this channel, Rockdar12 on YouTube, and possibly other places that it'll be promoted throughout this week. So stay tuned, and we will be answering your questions, however many you want to ask. So show up, tell your friends, it's going to be great. So one more time, thank you for watching. This has been Rocky and Andrew. And we will catch you guys later.